Good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Now, I know I said that this video was going to come last Saturday, but forgive me, I had work commitments over the week and drinking commitments over the weekends. So this is the first time I've really been able to sit down and make this video. So we move on to the second of the arguments for the existence of God I'll be covering in this particular series, which is the teleological argument, or some of you may know it as the argument from design, and the rest of you may know it as the watchmaker argument. For those unaware of the theory, imagine you are walking along a beach you know is uninhabited by any life, and you come across a pocket watch, and this watch is in perfect working order with all the intricacies you would need of a pocket watch to function. Now, you know from your life experience that that pocket watch could not have just occurred spontaneously. It requires careful, meticulous construction by a watchmaker or a designer of watches. So if we take that logic further and we look at the vastness of the universe, that complexity is so vast, so the argument goes, that one would need a designer of universes to make it. Therefore, a creator of the universe, therefore God. Now, this argument I have a bit of trouble kind of taking down, because there are parts of it I can understand, because, as I say, I'm an agnostic. I'm in the middle, dare I say it. I don't know that if the evidence for a God is known or is ever knowable, but I happen to be an agnostic deist, so I happen to believe that something made the universe. Whether that is a higher consciousness or some sort of, well, who the hell knows? That's the point. But I happen to think something made the universe and there was some kind of consciousness. So I can understand where this argument comes from. But there are problems with it. Number one, when we look at anything else on the planet, we don't look for a designer of it. For instance, if you're walking in the woods and you see a squirrel, we are not then looking for a designer of squirrels. We're looking for the parents of that squirrel. The reason being that the natural world does not work like a watch. It is not ordered. It is not strictly linear. Da, 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 da. No. If it's anything, it's barely organised chaos. The universe is not governed by order. It's governed by natural law. That's arguable. But order? No. The second part that is often a problem is, as the philosopher Hume pointed out, we only know that a watchmaker needs a watch as a design because we've seen watchmakers make watches. We know that. Therefore, we know it to be true. We don't know what created the universe, and therefore we can't be sure. We can't make that kind of positive assertion without having had the evidence or experience. And a final one, for me at least anyway, is the very fact that, much like the cosmological argument, in my opinion, all this asserts is that there was a designer or a creator of the universe. That is all this argument asserts. It does not make any claims as to whether that is Yahweh, Jesus, Allah, whoever you want. That's the point. It's not gone that far. It is still a wonderfully vague argument. And it could be used by any religion which is why I find a theist probably shouldn't use it, because religions are mutually exclusive. Each one is the one true faith. So if every religion can use it, then what makes it such a special argument? But, like I say, while on the surface the teleological argument appears very persuasive and very understanding, if you actually look underneath it, then it can be quite a vague argument. It's merely, we find a pattern in things, therefore designer. We find patterns in a universe that we've subscribed a posteriori judgment to, therefore God. So there you go, another critique of another argument from the existence of God, and a bit more about my own agnosticism there. I'll possibly do a video about that at some point to address some of the glaring contradictions in why an agnostic would hang more with the atheists, but there you go. This is ElPresidenteTel, and may logic and reason guide us here on YouTube.